Hey guys, so my garden has been growing and there's quite a bit of updates on just the growth of plants. A lot of them are getting bigger and the buds are now blooming and things are growing. And there is like a tiny bit of harvesting in this video towards the end. I was able to harvest a couple tomatoes and a pepper. And even a little taste test of the hot pepper, but yeah, here are the clips. So I believe this is the pickling cucumber, but I'm not quite sure. The tag is missing, but if you can see up here, it's starting to bud, and down here, there are a few little buds as well. So this one will probably start to flower pretty soon and then grow. So we have more growth on the Roma tomato plant. Those are the plum tomatoes. We have several, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. That one had already started, but it's getting bigger. And then up top, we have one right there. And we have another one right there that started. So this is the sweet, neat yellow cherry tomatoes. And if you can see, like right here, they're starting to turn more yellow because that is what they're supposed to get, like golden yellow. So they are starting to turn. This is like full of tomatoes. Now I'm hoping that after the harvest of these, it'll grow bigger, hopefully, because this is just covered in tomatoes, but it is so tiny. Like, look at it compared to my hand. It's so tiny. So I'm hoping it does grow bigger after this harvest of all these little tomatoes. So this oregano plant has not gotten very much bigger either. I mean, it hasn't gotten taller, but it's gotten a little bit wider. But at first, it was kind of covered by the mulch. But now it's definitely thriving. I can't wait to taste it. So this is the hot, sorry, there's a plane going by overhead. This is the hot red cherry peppers. And this is the little one that was there before, and it's getting a lot bigger. And then I guess eventually it's gonna start turning red. And if you can see right in there, right there, there is another one that has started. So the Hungarian hot wax, this is what that one looks like now. I'm really not sure how big they're supposed to get. I'm gonna have to look that up because I'm pretty sure that this is going to be ready to pick very soon. And we do have more. There's one there, there's one behind there that one's getting pretty big. We've got a little one over here. And then there's one up here that has started. And I believe there was one closer to the bottom that has also started. Oh yes, this right at the top. Right here, that little guy started. So this is our unknown pepper that lost the tag. I forget what it is. But it has started to flower. So pretty soon from those will be some peppers. And then once they grow a little bigger, we'll be able to probably determine what this is. So this is our giant Marconi peppers. And this is getting bigger now. I don't know, it says giant Marconi, so I have no idea how big these actually get. But this pepper has been growing substantially every night. Every time I come out in the morning, it's even bigger. So we'll see how big that one gets. And as I showed you in the last video, there are 2 more that have started. And there is another one in the back right here. So I'm kind of starting to wonder if this sweet cherry pepper is actually a cherry, because these have not even started changing color. And this one has not gotten any bigger in a few days. So I'm wondering if this is something else that was marked wrong. but I guess we'll find out. I can always look up and see what they look like before they're fully matured, and to better determine if this is the correct one, but we'll see. So our jalapenos, we have our first jalapeno coming out, if you can see it right here. And on the cucumbers, they were just buds yesterday, but today they have all flowered. So this is almost ready to pick. This is the little cherry tomatoes, the sweet and neat yellow. And this one is almost all the way gold. So probably by tomorrow that can get harvested. So finally on our ghost peppers, what I thought was buds before, it really wasn't. But we have our first bud. Oh my God, it's so hard to see. Right there, our first little bud. This nameless pepper, I don't know what it is, but it finally flowered. And this Purple Beauty Sweet Peppers has another flower. And on this side, all the way down there, right here, it's got another pepper started. And our one eggplant, finally, the flower finally opened up. And this was planted several years ago, probably like 5 years ago, maybe longer. But this is our blackberry vine, bush vine. And we have some blackberries started on there finally. And also right here as well. And pretty much all at the top, there's just a whole bunch of little blackberries. They're still green, started at the top. And you know what? I thought this basil was a goner, but the leaves are starting to get green again. Like, I know it's like torn up and stuff, but it's not wilted like it was before. And yeah, the leaves up here, they weren't green like that before. So there might be hope for this little basil plant yet. So the Roma tomatoes, they've gotten bigger. And then there's some more started on this side. Right there. So right there, there's our little jalapeno poking out. Now here is that one we saw yesterday, that sweet and yellow. I think maybe one more day and it'll be ready to pick. And then this one back here is starting to turn yellow as well. So these are the hot red cherry peppers. This one, I don't know how much bigger it's supposed to get, but it's getting there. And then we have a new one started right there. It's out of focus now. There we go, right there. These are the Hungarian hot wax. This one's getting pretty big. It's got a little bit more growing to do. And then we've got a new one started up there. So our nameless unknown pepper, it started to poke out right here, a pepper. The giant Marconi pepper, look at it now. It's getting really long. That's what they're supposed to look like, I guess green and red. So we'll find out which color that one is. So this flower on the eggplant has really opened up. Pretty soon it's gonna start to produce the eggplant. So this is the tasty green cucumbers. They haven't started flowering yet, just budding, but look how big that's getting. So the label is missing from this one too, but I believe that this is the pickling tomatoes, but it has flowered right here. Not tomatoes, cucumbers. Sorry, it's first thing in the morning, so my brain's not working right. And this is the butternut squash. Look, compared to my hand, look how big that has grown. That is huge. Huge, huge, huge. So this is the green bell pepper. And if you can see, it's really hard to see. But there is a pepper coming out right where my finger is, right there. It's like hidden by leaves and stuff. Right there, right in there. So I think this might be my pickling cucumbers, but I'm not sure. There's no sign. But it's flowering right there. So these are the sweet and yellow tomatoes. And this one, I'm just gonna pull that right off because that one's ready. If I can get it off. I don't wanna there we go. Right there. That is my first harvest besides that little teeny tiny strawberry we had in the beginning. So this is the cherry tomatoes. And look at that huge cluster over there. And then there's some down there. And there's a whole bunch up top and stuff. So this is really thriving and it's getting huge. So this is the green bell pepper and we've got right here one started. This is the second green bell pepper plant and right down here we've got a pepper started as well. So this is the sweet banana pepper plant. And right up here, we've got a banana pepper starting. And I'm not sure which tomato plant this is. This might be another, like a second slicing tomato. I'm not sure. But here are, that one's getting pretty big. Here are two tomatoes. Before it only had one, but this one popped up like 2 days ago and they got big fast. And there's an ant crawling on that. Let's get that off there. My dill plant, it's really taken off, but up at the top it's like flowering. If anyone knows anything about herbs, I know with basil you have to cut the flowers, like the flowers get really bitter. Do I cut the flower part off? Like, do I prune that part? Just wondering, because it's gotten huge and look how thick these stalks are. They kind of look like bamboo stalks. I need to start using this. So this giant Marconi, it's getting really long. I don't know exactly. I'm gonna have to look up how big they actually get before you're supposed to pick them, but this is getting huge. So the purple beauty, you can see right there, that is one of them. And then there's another one right up here, right there, where the flower is kind of like dying around it. That is another one that has started. So this eggplant, this is where that flower was, and it's now like dying off. So I think there's going to be an eggplant coming out of there very soon. And there is now another tomato on the sweet and yellow cherry tomatoes that can be picked. I'm just gonna pull that one off. Gotta do it carefully. There we go. So I'm gonna save this one for my husband. The one I picked yesterday, I ate and it was so sweet and so delicious, but my husband was like, I wanted to try one. So I told him that I will save this one for him. So this is the green peppers again the next day, and look how cute that little green pepper is. And then there's another one that is starting right there where that dead flower is around. These are all the cabbages, and you can see that they're starting to form in the middle there. And then we've got the green cabbages, and they're starting to form in the middle as well. this is my spaghetti squash, and look right there, that's gonna bloom really soon, and I feel like that's gonna sprout a squash. This one, I don't know, kind of got pushed over. Oh, it's prickly in the storm, so it's kind of like sideways. I don't know, it's all like jumbled up. So my Burpless Cucumber plant has gotten huge. It's just really branching out, and it's got a ton of flowers on it. So this is the sweet and yellow, and we've got another one that is turning yellow. So that one should be ripe in like a day or two. And then we've got one back here that is starting to turn color. This one should be ripe in a few days. So yesterday, last night, my husband moved this orange bell pepper to the backyard because it just wasn't getting the right amount of sunlight in the front, and all of the little like buds had fallen off. So hopefully it'll be less stressed and get more sun and water out back here, and it will thrive and grow better. So these are the tasty green cucumbers, and they are starting to grow up the fence, and they're getting huge, and they are flowering in certain spots, so can't wait to have cucumbers. So now I'm gonna harvest this pepper. It's not quite as long as it's supposed to be, but hopefully taking it off will help this plant grow taller. So my husband's cut them and put them on his soft taco.
No seeds.
He took all the seeds out. Now Brooklyn's gonna taste it by itself. Is it hot? It's really hot? Is it hotter than a jalapeno? Yeah? So yeah, that is how things are going. I'm really excited. Things are getting huge. The plants are getting huge. So I am so excited for the harvest. I know it's soon, at least for some of the peppers. But yeah, I'm excited to finally start using the vegetables and stuff, and the herbs are like very grown. So I was able to use a bunch of the herbs in my meatloaf recipe. I don't know if that video is out yet. I think it is. I can link it in this video if you want to see that, but it tasted fantastic with those fresh herbs in it. But yeah, that is everything for today. Stay tuned for more garden updates and growth and harvesting and all that, because there is way more to come. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye.